Cristiano Ronaldo has asked to leave Manchester United.
The latest reports indicate that Cristiano Ronaldo has asked to leave the club.
Cristiano Ronaldo has told Manchester United that he wants to leave this summer.
Today, Cristiano Ronaldo has been all over the news this summer. He's been wanting to move out of Manchester United. And today, I'm going to be looking at all the options that he has available at his disposal. And so, yeah, let's get into the video.
As any football fan, we would love to see the union of Cristiano Ronaldo and Lionel Messi in the same team. This seems way harder of a possibility now because Kylian Mbappe decided to stay with the Parisians, making this deal almost impossible to happen due to the amount of playing time they would have to give up amongst Messi, Neymar, and Mbappe under Pochettino's tactics. But this is where it gets a little bit interesting. Pochettino just got sacked this summer, and under the guidance of Christophe Galtier, the tactics will change. His last appointment was Nice in 2021-2022 season, and his previous appointment was before Nice was Los Lille. This is the same side that beat PSG 2 years ago and won the league title. Galtier's first few seasons with Lille primarily consisted of a 4-2-3-1 formation. In the title-winning season, he changed his tactics. His 4-2-3-1 gave way to a slightly more defensive 4-4-2. What this means for Ronaldo is that he might be able to fit as a secondary striker behind Mbappe or maybe Neymar. We have seen the adjustment of Ronaldo transitioning into a pure striker. Galtier favors moving up the ball up the pitch relatively quickly. He wants to get the ball near the opponent's box as opposed to keeping it near the box. Overall, Galtier's decision to implement a 4-4-2 with attacking rotations and a rigid defense has seen Lille win the league 2 years ago. With Lille's tactics being more on the defensive side than the attacking side, it will be really interesting to see how he will manage PSG without those attacking options available, if Ronaldo could be used in this hypothetical scenario. With Chelsea, this might be another story. Just losing the likes of Lukaku, they seem desperate to get a striker. They have had 2 years of bad luck with striker signings so far, and they don't want to repeat it again this year. With this new signings of Sterling and Koulibaly, they look better than they were last year for sure, especially in their defense. Tuchel's Chelsea side is a stark contrast from his free-flowing attack Dortmund side, and is more familiar to his later years at PSG, where he found his most success at the club, adapting his system and lineups to work around the constant injuries and poor form of Neymar and Kylian Mbappe that season. His 3-4-3 system attacks with 5 players and also defends with 5 players, a more balanced approach than at Dortmund and PSG, where his teams attacked with as many as 6 players on the final third. Ronaldo would fit perfectly at the striker spot, being more like a lone striker given all the opportunities to him. The 3-4-3 provides a variety of angles and lanes to go into the attack. The shape creates a lot of triangles all over the pitch. The main pattern Tuchel's Chelsea side used is a wing-back midfielder wide forward triangle, which forms naturally down the sides due to the shape, allowing an effective shape to counter-press from one of the underrated aspects of the 3-4-3 shape, as it simultaneously provides bodies up front in the midfield to press the ball while having the defensive security at least 5 players in behind to protect counterattacks and transitions. Is this a more realistic move than the PSG one? 100%. Do I think he might end up here rather than PSG? Yes, I believe so. Inzaghi has evolved Inter Milan into a possession-based attacking unit, placing their side amongst the most exciting teams to watch this season. The move to Inter Milan might no longer be a good for Ronaldo, as they had just signed the likes of Romelu Lukaku, and he will have to fight for contention because the way Inzaghi plays with his strikers. There is also competition with Lautaro Martinez, which doesn't help the case of the aging Ronaldo. If we were to sign Ronaldo, he would play under a direct and decisive both in build-up and attack. This is the same way Real Madrid plays, so I can see some similarities in the way of their play styles. It wouldn't be that hard to adapt under him. Even from his early philosophies, he has always been one of getting the ball from the defensive to midfield, to attack as quickly as possible to maximize their chance creation. Inzaghi's men are not one to patiently build play or keep the ball for the sake of it. His intent is to completely dominate and tear apart their opponents, as opposed to solely controlling the game. He usually plays with a 3-5-2 despite having a back three on paper. He uses his makeshift back four in order to progress the play around the pitch. He loves to use his wingbacks to make runs on the side, creating space out of wide for runs and behind. With them all doing all the running and having a solely striker to rely to make the finishes, this seems like an amazing fit for Cristiano Ronaldo. Atletico de Madrid. This last team, I'd expect him to go, but this is the most talked about team so far this summer. I remember not that long ago, Atletico de Madrid fans despised him. The amount of disruption he caused those fans was crazy, and this is the last team I've ever thought he would join. Simeone is known for his low-risk style of play, or team organization and tactical discipline course about anything else. The transition into the 4-4-2 came as soon as Simeone took over Atletico de Madrid. Previously, they played in a 4-2-3-1, and under Simeone, the team's plan is clear. Plan on the counter with a traditional number 9 to get in behind the opposition's defense, or with the shadow striker coming closer for immediate support after the ball was played to him. This striker could be Cristiano Ronaldo. He wouldn't have that much competition regarding players taking his place, as Luis Suarez left as a free transfer, and Atletico de Madrid need a pure striker that likes to move forward with the ball. In attack, Simeone's tactics also seem to be consistent, regardless if he plays with a 4-4-2 or 3-5-2. Since Atletico began to be more dominant, there are times when they commit plays forward. Joao Felix is often the player who links the midfield with the attack in these situations. He drops between the lines or even further back into the midfield. Suarez used to play as a target man who drops back to receive the ball and starts a run into the spaces that he creates. This is what exactly Ronaldo has done at most of the clubs he has played for. And in conclusion, out of all these four teams, I believe that Atletico de Madrid and Chelsea are the #1 favorites to get him this summer. I don't think PSG would have money, obviously, to get him because they already have the likes of Mbappe, Neymar, and Messi. But it would be cool as a football fan if they signed him. But it seems more than impossible for them to do. And Inter Milan just got 2 strikers, and a third one wouldn't be a great fit for him. So that's why my analysis is that Chelsea or Atletico de Madrid would be the best option for Cristiano Ronaldo. So if you guys like the video, please give a like, subscribe, because I love doing these videos. I love it so much. And I'll catch you on the next one.